This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
I'm John Scalzi. Happy Wednesday.
Yep, it's here, Wednesday, halfway through the work week.
Halfway there.
We're almost there.
That's right. And the weather cooperating beautifully again this morning, though I will say there is again, like yesterday, if you recall, there was a chance of seeing some fog develop, which it did to the south of us.
Right.
Same thing today.
Okay.
Most likely around the mouth of Charlotte Harbor. So
Gotcha.
if you're coming up from the south, just watch for
And
that.
it wasn't too foggy this morning, but lots of dew on my windshield when I was heading out this morning.
Humidity's increasing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you can feel it out there. As we head into the morning, you'll notice a little bit of high, thin cloudiness streaming across the region due to some clouds, mostly thickest to the north, but still we're on the southern edge of those, so we'll see them. No rainfall for us this morning, or probably this afternoon either. We look for daytime highs to top out again warm. We hit 80 yesterday. We'll probably do it again today. Rain showers not in the forecast for the rest of the work week, but that changes over the weekend. We'll talk about that in just a few. Jacqueline?
All right, thank you so much, John. Taking a look at your Suncoast traffic this morning, looks like roadways are all clear over in Manatee County. Looks like they might be picking up off of 301 heading towards Bradenton. Moving on to Sarasota County, roads look all clear as well in that direction. And over in South County towards Venice, it is all clear as well. Well, topping our news this morning, Sarasota County could become the home of the Braves, at least for spring training, that is. The Major League Baseball team announcing it is in exclusive negotiations with Sarasota County and the city of Northport to bring the team right here to the Suncoast. ABC 7's Ray Collins has the story.
We are in exclusive negotiations to relocate their spring training destination.
Sarasota County's Jeff Maltzby says negotiations have progressed to bring the Atlanta Braves preseason games to Northport. The team currently trains in Orlando, but now that most other teams have left Central Florida, team chairman and CEO Terry McGurk said in a press release, Northport's a perfect spot for the team.
Situating them in the West Villages where we will be, they will be very close to the Orioles here, obviously in Sarasota, the Rays in Charlotte County, and all of the other clubs, the Pirates in Bradenton. So their proximity is a major asset and a major attraction to them being here.
And this is the empty field in Northport, owned by the West Villages. They'll be developed into a stadium and much more.
They're planning to bring their sports academy, which is their sports medicine, sports rehabilitation, year-round activity as part of the campus. And that will allow us to leverage partnerships with the State College of Florida, University of Florida potentially, and others to create other economic and other benefits for the region.
Sarasota County believes the Orioles bring about $89 million a year in financial impact to the county, and they believe the Braves could be just as successful in South County.
There's long been a desire to have something to drive the economy down there, and we see this as a catalyst to do just that.
Ray Collins, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Well, next week, Maltzby and team executives will make a pitch to county commissioners. This after Collier County voted to back out, saying the deal was too expensive. And this morning, we want to know more about what you think about that deal. On Facebook, we're reading your comments, and Johnette Capadona seems to be happy about the deal, saying it's great to have so many teams right here on the Suncoast. But Michael Camera does not agree with her. He says it's a silly idea and points out when the games are over, the facilities will be empty. And Chris Lasecki says the deal mostly benefits team owners and snowbirds rather than locals, stating that for us, it only brings low-paying seasonal jobs, traffic accidents, and taxpayer cost. Well, you can join in on the conversation as well. Just leave us a comment on our Facebook page. Well, new this morning, a pizza delivery man is robbed while on the job. It happened last night on 5th Street Court East in Bradenton. 45-year-old Stephen Johnston was delivering a pizza to a customer when, as he knocked on the door, a man then approached him from behind. That man demanded money from Johnston, who prompted to empty his pockets. The suspect took an undisclosed amount of cash, then left the scene. Johnston was not hurt, but the suspect remains on the loose. One person is recovering this morning following a shooting at a barbershop in Sarasota. The police department says it happened on the 500th block of North Lime Avenue at around 7:45 last night. There was an argument earlier in the day, and the police department says that suspect later returned and shot one person in the leg. That person's injuries are non-life threatening. Meanwhile, the suspect has surrendered to police. Northport police are charging a woman in connection with the death of her 4-month-old grandson. 44-year-old Robin Lee Florent is charged with aggravated manslaughter. Police say the charges follow a lengthy investigation into the death of Anakin David James Ennis. The baby was found dead in November at his home on Traverse Avenue. Police say he was left unsupervised in a bathtub and then drowned. Methamphetamine was found in that bathroom, and Florent did test positive for the drug. New details are emerging on a double homicide case in Manatee County as police continue to search for the suspect. Investigators now releasing this new video of the suspect's vehicle. It was recorded while leaving the scene where the bodies of 27-year-old LaShawna Stevenson Weeks and 32-year-old Barry Joseph were found on Friday. Deputies believe it was a targeted attack. Now, that suspect is described as a black man wearing a red hat and white shirt. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Sheriff's Office or Manatee County Crime Stoppers using the number on your screen. And Sarasota police are releasing surveillance pictures in hopes of finding an art thief. Police say on December 12th, 2 men walked into Art Avenue on Westfield's Southgate Mall. They then took 2 paintings off the walls without paying for them. Now, those paintings are valued at approximately $7,500. If you have any information on this case, you're asked to call Sarasota County Crime Stoppers at 366-TIPS. Well, this morning, several Suncoast police departments are warning locals to be aware of a new veteran scam. It involves phone calls that attempt to swindle people out of money by tricking them into believing it is for a veteran in need. ABC 7's Bo Yates has the details.
There are some, even military veterans, who will scam the system.
Linda Craig with Minnesota Operation Troop Support is talking about the latest scam alert issued for the Suncoast, and she's among the victims.
He said he was a social worker from Sarasota Memorial Hospital. This particular patient of his needed $20 for oxygen.
Craig says she was told the patient in need is a veteran and that the $20 should be taken to the vet's home and be in cash. But when Craig arrived at the house, she quickly realized although the guy was a vet, it was a scam.
This guy may have served, but he's taking money under false pretenses.
According to the scam alert placed on Holmes Beach Police Department's Facebook page, area residents should be cautious of any calls requesting messages, food, or money be delivered to a veteran's home. They also say do not give money to anyone without vetting the situation, and do not go to any home you don't know. Advice echoed by Greg Parra, the 12th District Court's Veterans Coordinator.
Just decline to do anything on the phone. You can certainly find legitimate organizations.
And Parra adds scams like this have a bigger impact on organizations that are really helping vets.
Somehow the public, when they see that happening, all of a sudden becomes leery, and then vets who really need help don't get that.
As for Craig, she's not only disappointed that she's a victim, but agrees with Parra and says the scam is hurting veteran nonprofits like hers, which are already struggling to make ends meet.
When I ask for $17 to send a box to Afghanistan, people are going to go, I gave $20 to this guy and I found out it was a scam, so I really don't trust you and I'm going to keep walking. So it does more than just take $20 out of one person's pocket. It reflects badly on a lot of charities.
Bo Yates, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Well, the Bradenton Police Department is investigating the person behind this scam. We'll bring you more information on that situation as it becomes available. This morning, the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office continues to work on improving community relations. The Sheriff's Office says it's been meeting with leaders of the Boys and Girls Club to improve communication between both kids and law enforcement. One of their efforts taking place just yesterday as sheriff's deputies went to the Lee Wetherington Club on Fruitville Road to surprise teens with a game of kickball. The kids had no idea the deputies were coming to join their game, and law enforcement says everyone involved enjoyed the competition.
They love it about as much as our guys and gals love it. We've got folks out here from all across the agency, law enforcement, corrections, our civilian employees, they all volunteered to do it, so we think it's pretty cool.
Well, how awesome is that? The game was part of the club's national project they will take to Chicago to show the importance of building relationships with law enforcement. And in South County news this morning, some changes are going into effect for the Venice trolley route. The new route has been modified to include the Venice Community Center and downtown Miami Avenue. Now it will continue to stop at the Centennial Park Fountain, West Venice Avenue, Venice Beach, and City Hall, among many other stops. The trolley runs Tuesday through Sunday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. and it will continue through April with its new route. Meanwhile, in Bradenton, One World of Beer store is closing its doors for good. The Bradenton location is in the Orange Blossom Plaza off Cortez Road. The owner of the plaza tells us it was not a corporate issue, but instead an operational problem at the restaurant level. The plaza owner does say a different business will soon be taking over World of Beer's location, but it is unclear what exactly will go in that spot. And this morning, one Sarasota man is $1 million richer after winning the Florida lottery. Efren Nahara Vargas claimed the $1 million prize in the $10 million fortune scratch-off game. He purchased his ticket from Quick Fuel of Sarasota on Fruitville Road. Now, Nahara Vargas chose to get his winnings in one lump sum totaling $792,000. Man.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the second person that's won recently.
I wonder if the businesses that sell the winning lotto tickets get a significant uptick in sales.
I'm sure they probably do.
Afterwards.
Because, I mean, I would be running there to go get one. So.
Okay. Would you pick up a few for me,
You know,
please?
I won a few dollars, like I think $2 on a scratch-off
Did
once,
you?
but that's about it.
I've never won anything at all.
I'm not very good at those types of things.
Of course, I don't play much either, but there you go. Some changes coming up over the weekend. We'll talk about those in the forecast in a minute.
All right, well, still ahead, Valentine's Day is right around the corner, and the Suncoast is preparing. What special project you can get involved in to help spread the love this holiday. And coming up a little later in the hour, Florida tuition rates could be dropping. What new initiative is being put into action to help students graduate with less debt? Stay with us. We'll be right back.
At SWC Properties, we pride ourselves in providing to you the very best in customer satisfaction, and the secret's getting out. Maybe that's why so many people have chosen to list their homes with our friendly and qualified agents. After all, it only makes sense to list with a growing agency that markets in so many places. To list your home with SWC, give us a call at our office and ask for Eric Schrock.
Go ahead. Make a fashion statement. Demand something more than just ordinary. Capture elegance in every turn and drive with flair. Where beautiful styling is standard. Stop in and take a test drive. I'll guarantee you'll never go back to plain vanilla again. The all-new 2017 Fiat 500 starting at $14,999. Only at Sunset Fiat in Sarasota.
Flooring Depot has been serving Sarasota and Manatee counties for over 20 years with the best products and installation. Flooring Depot offers carpet, tile, hardwood, and more. Before you buy, give us a try. Stop by our showroom or visit us on the web at bestvaluecarpet.com.
How hard is it to stop a stroke? It is challenging, it is difficult, and every second counts. A comprehensive stroke center gives the patient a better chance to walk out with minimal to no disability. We are able to offer treatments above and beyond the standard 3 hours after the onset of a stroke. A place like Sarasota Memorial Hospital really increases those chances of giving back a better quality of life.
That will look great on you. Every time you shop here, you have the power to change lives.
Does she work here?
No, she's just a proud supporter of Goodwill.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Temperatures running warm across the region again this morning at 58 degrees, above average by about 6-7 degrees. We have a dew point value of 56 degrees, pretty close to the actual air temperature, within a couple of degrees. And like yesterday, we have a chance of seeing some patchy fog develop, especially, I would say, to the south of us and around the mouth of Charlotte Harbor. That's where the most likely location would be. And that'll be the case probably till about 9 o'clock or so, 8 o'clock or so. There won't be real thick, but I just mention it because, again, it could come up on you pretty quickly out there. So allow extra time if you live in that area or are commuting from the south. Calm winds currently. Clear skies, except for a little bit of high cloudiness that pass by from time to time. Wauchula 61, Arcadia 61, Perry 61, Bradenton 61, Lakewood Ranch 61, Northport the same. 60 in Myakka, Longboat Key coming in at 64, 62 in Venice, and 63 degrees in Inglewood. So there's the cloud cover to the north of us, the thicker cloud cover in this kind of little boundary that is sinking southward. Now we're on the very southern cusp of that, so we get just a little bit of high cloudiness around here. But the clouds may thicken for a time later this morning before clearing out and bringing us a mostly sunny sky. High pressure still remains a strong blocking mechanism to keep inclement weather to the north of us and provide us with a pretty quiet, benign weather right straight into most of the weekend anyway. We have this low pressure area that's building back toward Texas and will so slowly move its way across the deep south over the next several days. Cold front will form. Some stronger storms are possible in the northern Gulf Coast through Friday. And then we will watch the evolution of this system and exactly where that low pressure area tracks as the cold front gets closer to us. We also have back to the west another big storm system moving into the Rockies, going to produce some big snowfall totals, especially in the northern Rockies. And then rainfall totals along the California coastline will be fairly impressive as well. For us, sun cloud mix, warmer daytime highs once again, and we stay dry through probably about Saturday. Then on Saturday, that front will be close enough to us that we'll have to factor in a chance of some rain showers, maybe even some thunderstorms. It won't be too bad on Saturday, Sunday either, but Sunday night into Monday day, we have a good chance of seeing some thunderstorms and maybe even some stronger storms around. That's what we'll be monitoring and watching for as this system evolves with time. FUTURECAST shows the showers and thunderstorms in Texas, producing some pretty heavy weather today, and then all of it gradually drifting toward the east, toward the state of Florida. I think at this point the biggest chance for thunderstorm activity that gets severe would be in North Florida. But of course, we'll continue to watch it and monitor it. For today, southwest wind comes in light. You'll have smooth conditions on bay and inland waters. Nice boating day today. We'll look for a daytime high near 80 for several days, and then things cloud up a little bit over the weekend, but still not too bad most of the weekend. And we'll watch that front come through on Sunday night into Monday with breezy conditions on Monday. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Sean. Looking out to be a beautiful day today as we look at the Suncoast roadways this morning. It looks like in Bradenton, traffic is possibly picking up on 301, but that is about all in that direction. Heading on to Sarasota County, looks like roads are all clear. Over in South County, roads are clear as well as you make your morning commute this morning. Well, a local group of women believe everyone should get a Valentine this year, especially those who have served or are serving our country. I had the chance to look into their project and have details on their initiative.
It's a labor of respect that has one group of women hoping you'll join them to spread a simple message of love, compassion, or even just a thank you for our nation's heroes.
To feel absolutely special and to feel absolutely loved and know that they are not forgotten no matter how many years ago it has been that they served our country or how many days ago that they have come home.
The Women on the Go organization is hoping to collect nearly 3,000 sparkly pink and red homemade or store-bought Valentines to hand out to veterans here on the Suncoast this February. The organizer of the event, Deb Marquis, says the cards might seem like a simple gesture, but for the men and women who have sacrificed so much for our country, these cards can mean a lot.
When they come home, they suffer a lot of disabilities, and some of them are mental and some of them are physical. Many of the veterans in the hospitals, that is their home.
Now, a new generation beginning to understand, as one card reads, "Thank you for your bravery and courage in the war. Without your courageous acts, we may not be here today." That's why Marquis is asking for your help to give Valentines to veterans.
You can get with your grandchildren or your Girl Scouts or your church organizations or your businesses and buy some construction paper and write Happy Valentine's Day. Of course, you can just simply put "Thank you for your service."
Here are some things to remember when writing your Valentine. Be sure to include a special message and sign your name on the Valentine, but don't include your last name or address. Do address the Valentine to a service member, but not to anyone specific. Also, don't worry about putting your Valentine in an envelope or sealing it. That will be taken care of before being handed out.
Well, you have until January 31st to mail or drop off your Valentine's cards at Grace Community Church in Lakewood Ranch, or you can visit mysuncoast.com for a full list of veterans hospitals in the area where you can send your cards to. And if this Valentine's Day you're looking to send something to your loved ones that's a little more original than cards or flowers, then this story is most certainly for you. Take a look at this. One college startup company is announcing that they'll be offering bacon bouquets for Valentine's Day. The idea came to be after a student at Florida Atlantic University crafted bacon to resemble roses as a gift for her fiance. The student then formed the company Bacon Boxes to spread the clever and tasty alternative gift. If the idea alone is not great enough for you, perhaps its healthy ingredients will be. The company says the bouquets are made with meats that are free of hormones, steroids, and antibiotics, and even come in both pork or duck bacon. Interesting. Sounds delicious. Well, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, the statistics are in for app usage in America, and the record results may surprise you. Plus, coming up at 5:30, job searching in Florida is becoming just a little easier. How new changes to a popular employment website could help locals snag more opportunities. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
You love your couch and want to protect it from spills, food, and scratching, shedding pets. Introducing Couch Coat, the reversible, washable quilted cover that protects your couch. Shield against spills, wow, stop stains, and dirty pet paws and sharp claws. Plus, it's reversible with 2 stylish colors. Guaranteed to fit any couch up to 92 inches or your money back. It even has covers to protect armrests. Machine washable too.
My grandkids destroy everything, but with Couch Coat, my couch is always protected, looking as good as it did the day I bought it.
Get your Couch Coat for just $19.99, and it's reversible in brown and cream, like 2 couch coats for the price of 1. Order right now, and you can double your offer. Get a second Couch Coat. Just pay a separate fee. Order right now.
Call 1-800-943-0710 to get your couch coat. Call now or go to couchcoat.com. So call 1-800-943-0710. That's 1-800-943-0710. Call now.
Get the new year off to a great start with safety and peace of mind. Subaru was named the 2016 Best Overall Brand, Most Trusted, and Best Performance Brand by Kelley Blue Book. And ALG named Subaru its top mainstream brand for residual value for 2016. Now you can lease a new Subaru Outback for just $229 a month or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Selling your home? Insist on a 3D showcase tour from Gulf Shores Realty. Virtual tours are flat and boring and look more like a slideshow than a tour. A 3D tour from Gulf Shores Realty is like actually walking through the home without the drive. Get instant access to your next home from any device. Multiple views give homebuyers a perspective like no other. For a limited time, mention ABC7 and Gulf Shores Realty will provide a complimentary 3D tour with your new listing.
It is 5:25 this morning, and a possible update to a popular Maps app could soon help you avoid parking nightmares. ABC's Candace Gibson and Diane Macedo have the details.
In today's Tech Bites, Google Maps is expanding into the parking business.
Reports say the app's new beta version will be able to tell drivers about parking situations at their destinations. Availability will be graded from easy to limited. It will not, however, be able to find you a spot.
Oh, and so many workers upset about that one. And Verizon is taking a new step to stop customers from using the Samsung Galaxy Note 7. The phone, you might remember, has been recalled because of battery fires.
So get this, those who are trying to make a call will be rerouted to Verizon customer service and asked to stop using the phone. 911 calls will still reach emergency services. And Americans apparently are spending more time and money on apps.
A new study says that we spent a total of 900 billion hours using apps in 2016. That's 150 billion more hours than the previous year.
But no surprise here, the Facebook app is still the top download, which reminds me.
Those are your Tech Bites.
Like.
How was your honeymoon?
This moment, we feel it, secret is ours.
It was great.
I was out here smoking instead of being there for my son's winning shot. That was it for me. That's why I'm quitting with Nicorette.
Only Nicorette Mini has a patented fast-dissolving formula. It starts to relieve sudden cravings fast.
Every great why needs a great how.
From the farming mines at Ocean Spray, a new epic flavor. It's cranberry, it's pineapple, and there's no sugar added. Cranberry pineapple 100% juice, the next big thing to hit the juice aisle.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, restaurant guide, and more. Go to mysuncoast.com/dining.
Gold fever is at an all-time high in the Sunshine State with the new Gold Rush Doubler family of scratch-off games. Everyone is rushing to Florida to strike it doubly rich. With over $1 billion in total cash prizes, the Florida Gold Rush is on. The Florida Lottery, just imagine.
Attention small business owners. Penn Funding announces the easiest and fastest business funding program, the Platinum Business Account.
We needed cash fast. Business is good, but this is an emergency. We needed some new equipment, and the banks wouldn't help us.
At Penn Funding, we like to say, yes, you're approved. With your Platinum Business Account, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more. This amazing new business account funding program is so effective, you could have the cash you need in just days.
I called, spoke with an agent who pre-qualified us, and connected me.
Call now for your Platinum Business Account. If you've been in business for at least 6 months, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more in just days.
I called Penn Funding and had my money fast.
Need cash for your business? Call Penn Funding now.
Call 800-658-3433. 800-658-3433.
It may be January, but we live in Florida. So head outdoors for seafood and music at the 2nd Annual Sarasota Seafood and Music Festival, happening Saturday and Sunday, January 21st and 22nd from 10 to 6 p.m. Savor mouth-watering Florida Gulf Coast seafood dishes by top restaurants and chefs, while you enjoy great live music from some of Florida's top musical groups. So grab your family and friends at the Sarasota Seafood and Music Festival, January 21st and 22nd. For more information, visit seafoodfestivals.com.
Start the year off with a great deal during the Start Something New event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Ram trucks are built tough and have plenty of power to handle any job with all the comfort you'd expect in a luxury vehicle. And right now, all 2016 quad cabs are over 20% off, with new Ram trucks starting at just $19,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, the battle over Obamacare is heating up in Washington as a controversial cabinet pick for Health and Human Services is being confirmed. And the manhunt for suspected cop killer Markeith Lloyd is over. The latest details on his capture. Plus, one environmental group is taking on Florida Power and Light, the issue they say must be addressed.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Welcome back. I'm Jack LaMatter. Thanks for joining us this morning.
I'm John Scalzi. It's pretty nice outside.
Yeah, not too cold, not too pleasant. Pleasant, refreshing is a nice way to put it this morning.
I think over the next several mornings, though, humidity will be increasing.
Right.
And I think everybody will feel that as our winds start to shift a little bit more southerly. But today looks great. A lot of sunshine in the forecast. Taking a look at the Cortez Bridge webcam, you can see still not a fog problem, really. And I think if we see fog this morning, and we may, it could be more centered toward our south, around the mouth of Charlotte Harbor, most particularly. Anyway, the Cortez Bridge and areas along our coastline not reporting any fog problems. Some high clouds, no rainfall, and a daytime high today that tops out like yesterday near 80. Complete forecast in a minute.
All right, thanks so much, John. Taking a look at your Suncoast roadways this morning. Over in Manatee County, roads look clear for the most part, except on 301. Looks like traffic is picking up in that direction. Heading on to Sarasota County, all clear if you're making your morning commute through Sarasota this morning. And in South County, in Venice, I-75 looking clear as well. Well, topping our news this half hour, the fight over Obamacare will take center stage in our nation's capital today as confirmations hearings begin for HHS pick Tom Price, an outspoken critic of the Affordable Care Act. ABC's Lana Zach has the details.
We have great respect for your countries.
At a D.C. dinner with foreign diplomats, Mr. Trump joked about the confirmation hearings and his pick for Secretary of State Rex Tillerson.
You know, he's led this charmed life. He goes into a country, takes the oil, goes into another country. It's tough dealing with these politicians, right? He's going to be so incredible.
Today, the Senate takes up another cabinet nominee, Congressman Tom Price, for Health and Human Services, amid growing concern about the potential repeal of Obamacare.
Representatives Price's approach is moving us in exactly the wrong direction.
The Congressional Budget Office estimates 18 million people could lose their insurance. Meanwhile, in an interview with Fox News, Mr. Trump discussed his tweeting habits, something he previously said he loved.
I don't like tweeting. I have other things I could be doing. But I get very dishonest media.
D.C. is making the final preparations for inauguration. Mr. Trump choosing to be sworn in on two Bibles, the one his mother gave him as a child and the Lincoln Bible used by President Barack Obama. The number of Democrats boycotting continuing now to rise. 1 in 4 Democrats in the House saying they will not attend on Friday.
And there could be another problem for Representative Price. Democrats are asking the SEC to investigate a trade he made last March. He also introduced legislation that benefited that company, but Price says that it was all done by a broker without his knowledge. Lana Zach, ABC News, Washington.
Well, happening overnight, new developments are coming out of Orlando as suspected cop killer Markeith Lloyd is now in police custody. Orlando Police Chief John Mina announced Lloyd's arrest at a home in Carver Shores last night. That's east of I-4 in Orange County. Lloyd is suspected of killing Lieutenant Deborah Clayton last week when she tried to approach him at an Orlando area Walmart. He's also accused of killing his pregnant ex-girlfriend, Sade Dixon. Chief Mina said Lloyd tried to escape out of a back door when officers surrounded the home he was at. He apparently went back inside the house and came out the front door with 2 handguns while wearing full body armor. Lloyd then reportedly put down the weapons and was taken into custody. Meanwhile, it was taken into custody in Lieutenant Clayton's handcuffs.
He did resist arrest. and he does have some facial injuries, and Lieutenant Deborah Clayton's handcuffs were placed on him.
Orange County Deputy First Class Norman Lewis also died while searching for Lloyd last week. He was laid to rest 2 days ago in Charlotte County. New details are also being released following the Pulse nightclub shooting in Orlando. The city now sharing never-before-seen photos of the nightclub following that deadly attack. The photos show large punctures to an exterior wall of the nightclub. On the other side of that wall, some people were trapped in a bathroom for more than 3 hours. Officers had to break through that wall to free the people trapped inside. Meanwhile, the gunman Omar Mateen was killed in a shootout with officers after that bathroom wall was breached. And the wife of Omar Mateen made her first court appearance yesterday. This sketch showing Noor Salman in federal court in California. She was arrested Monday at a California home and charged with aiding and abetting terrorism and obstructing justice. Authorities say Salman knowingly took steps to obstruct the investigation into last year's mass shooting at Orlando's Pulse nightclub. Her attorney, however, denies those claims, saying she had no prior knowledge of that attack. Another hearing for her is scheduled for later today. The man who fatally shot 5 people at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport earlier this month is now being held without bond this morning. An FBI agent confirming the 9mm gun used by Esteban Santiago in that rampage was the same weapon seized and later returned by Anchorage police. During interrogation, Santiago claimed to have been inspired by ISIS. An arraignment is scheduled for January 30th, and Santiago could face the death penalty if convicted. Amidst Santiago's arrest, one Minnesota couple is trying to move past what happened at Fort Lauderdale's airport. The Lees were in Florida for a cruise when the shooting happened. Mark Lee is credited with helping people who were stuck in baggage claim as the bullets flew, while his wife Carrie was outside helping other victims.
I didn't know if it was safe to go in. I didn't know if I was going to find him dead or alive. I'm super proud of him for the things he did without even thinking about it.
I play it over and over in my head as to, what I could have done different or should have done different, anything else. And everyone kind of says, no, you can't change it. You have to work through it.
Today, the Lees are heading to Iowa to attend a memorial service for a victim of the shooting. Carrie O'Heem is one of the people Lee helped after her husband Michael was fatally shot. She now is recovering from her injuries. A woman accused of kidnapping a baby from a Jacksonville hospital 18 years ago is now back in Florida. She's been formally charged in Jacksonville with kidnapping and interfering with custody. Authorities say Gloria Williams raised Camilla Mobley as her own daughter and never told her the truth for 18 years. Police say Mobley met with Williams just yesterday before she was sent to Jacksonville. There is no statute of limitations in this case, so Williams could face life in prison. One environmental group is challenging a rate hike for Florida's largest electric utility. The Sierra Club now asking the state Supreme Court to reject an $811 million hike that was approved last year for Florida Power and Light. Part of the hike started taking effect this month. FPL officials say the higher rates will help pay for improvements like a new natural gas plant. Meanwhile, Sierra Club officials say state law required FPL to present, quote, substantial evidence to prove that the gas plants were needed in the first place. And they add that FPL never showed if they considered any other options, such as solar power. Well, Florida Governor Rick Scott is proposing major changes when it comes to college education. His ultimate plan is to help Florida students finish school quickly and with less debt. ABC 7's Dwayne Lindo looked into the matter locally and has the details.
The word affordable is used in many households where kids are looking to attend college. When Juliana Blackwell caught wind of Governor Scott's plan for changes, it piqued her interest.
I think it's a good idea, as long as it's attached to a good plan.
Scott calling for freezing state college tuition and expanding the state's Bright Future scholarships to cover summer classes, even getting rid of sales tax on college textbooks. Blackwell's daughter will graduate high school in a little more than a year, and she's already looking at colleges and tuition.
They are going so high, and we do need to take a step back and take a look as to why they're going up.
She cites various fees students pay through each credit hour as a reason why it's so high.
So for big universities where they're paying for a lot of things and there's lots of fees and all that kind of stuff that adds to the tuition, that's where the costs are, not necessarily for the tuition itself.
Scott also proposing Finish in 4, Save More. The idea is to cut student debt by helping students to get their degree on time. Scott citing only 44% of undergraduate students at Florida state universities graduate within 4 years, a statistic Blackwell is aware of. She created a Facebook page for parents with children in college.
As a place just to jump on and say, hey, I got a question, or hey, I just found out this information, or Governor Scott is going to freeze tuition, this is going to be great for so-and-so or for another family, which is, you know, part of the deal. Is we're all in this together.
Bottom line, says Blackwell, it's about getting kids prepared not to leave school with a mountain of debt.
There is a point where you have to say, no, you can't go there because we can't afford it, and that's a sad thing to have to face, and that's something that I don't want to have to face for my daughter.
Dwayne Lindo, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Well, Governor Scott is also looking into cutting graduate teaching assistant fees by 25%, which he says allows them to receive a more affordable education. And if you or someone you know is looking for work this morning, there's now an easier way to learn about job openings. Florida's job search website, employflorida.com, has a new look. It is now easier for those looking for jobs to find information on things like job fairs or training opportunities. Also, those looking to hire new employees should find it easier to look through their resumes. Now there's a simpler user registration, expanded job search options, and a much more modern design.
It is now easier to find jobs that match your skills. It's mobile friendly, so you can pull it up on your phone, on your laptop, on your tablet.
There are more than 250,000 jobs listed on the Employ Florida website. And John, that looks like a great website if you're looking for a job and you don't know where to start and where to begin with.
It's a great idea. And to put it on the mobile platform is a good idea.
Exactly.
Because I think a lot of people are maybe having fewer computers in their home and more cell phones.
Exactly. And lots of people like to be able to do it on the go as they're going. Maybe they're on the train or on the bus. Things
Great
like
resource.
That. So, yeah.
Changing weather coming up this weekend. We'll talk about that in a second.
Up next in Health Smart, new research has long-standing allergy recommendations changing. Why doctors say the switch could help keep your child from developing an allergic reaction to peanuts.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Selling your home? Insist on a 3D showcase tour from Gulf Shores Realty. Virtual tours are flat and boring and look more like a slideshow than a tour. A 3D tour from Gulf Shores Realty is like actually walking through the home without the drive. Get instant access to your next home from any device. Multiple views give homebuyers a perspective like no other. For a limited time, mention ABC7 and Gulf Shores Realty will provide a complimentary 3D tour with your new listing.
Hi, I'm Joan London, and if you're worried about your parent or a loved one living alone like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, then call A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service. You'll get free information on assisted living, Alzheimer's care, nursing homes, even important financial information.
They had obviously researched every place, not just given me names. They found me a place for what she could afford, and it was magnificent.
We're now very confident that she's safe, and they just helped every step of the way, and I can't thank them enough.
So if you're struggling to find reliable senior living information, call A Place for Mom. This is a free service, and you can trust them to help you.
Call right now to get your free Senior Care Compass ebook. Find out about the 5 best-kept secrets on financing senior care and assisted living.
Call now, 800-290-0352. 800-290-0352.
Since 1928, Karastan has been setting the standard in carpets and rugs, producing non-allergenic wools that won't promote the growth of bacteria or dust mites like other carpets will. Karastan wools actively remove contaminants from the indoor air, making your home healthier. And there are many colors and patterns and textures to choose from. Come see for yourself.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota flooring.
We consider the first 60 minutes the golden hour, the time that we can do the most to affect how a patient's going to do. I think what motivates all of us is that at the other end of it, we see them, smiling and happy and going back to their families. That's our greatest satisfaction. Sarasota Memorial Hospital is just an amazing place to take care of people.
Go ahead. Make a fashion statement. Demand something more than just ordinary. Capture elegance in every turn and drive with flair. Where beautiful styling is standard. Stop in and take a test drive. I'll guarantee you'll never go back to plain vanilla again. The all-new 2017 Fiat 500, starting at $14,999. Only at Sunset Fiat in Sarasota.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Conditions outside are mild, 58 degrees the air temperature, again running above average with a dew point of 57, pretty close to one another. We have some fairly clear skies out there, little high clouds from time to time, and the high clouds actually may help us with our fog situation by keeping us a little bit warmer. But still, we're on the very southern edge of the cloud deck, so I think that it is certainly possible that areas around Charlotte Harbor and Point South could see a little bit of fog developing, especially in inland areas. We have calm winds right now, and I think as we head into the mid-morning hours, of course that fog threat goes away, but we also see a little sun poking through the high, thin clouds, and our temperatures responding accordingly. Wauchula at 61, so is Parrish, Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch, and Northport. 60s in Arcadia, Myakka. We have 62 in Venice, 64 at Longboat Key, and 63 degrees in Inglewood. So across the region right now, we have this little border boundary to the north of us and a little bit of high cloudiness kind of moving through our area, clearer skies down to the south. And I think as we head into the mid-morning hours, we might see a brief round of heavier clouds kind of move on through. But I think we're looking at a mostly sunny condition on balance for the better part of the day. So across the nation, again, we have this big ridge of high pressure that is providing us with kind of a force field against any kind of larger scale storm systems that may be approaching our area. They're pushed to the north of us. There's a low back in Texas that's producing some fairly heavy weather today, and there is a threat of severe weather for the northern Gulf Coast as this low continues to move toward the east and a cold front advances through the Gulf Coast. Then back to the west, another storm system beginning to develop here, producing heavy snows in the mountains and harsh rains along the coastline of California. And a big ridge of high pressure located to the north of us. Colder air locked to the north, no real southward motion of that cold air. That low ejects up to the north and to the east eventually. And what we will see is another low pressure system advance out of the Rockies, kind of team up with the remaining boundaries, produce another cold front, and have a system that looks very similar to this approaching us by Sunday night. That's the one we're going to keep an eye on. There is potential for some severe weather, mostly I think in the northern part of the state, but we'll keep an eye on it. There could be thunderstorms around, there could be some gusty winds, and the potential for some stronger, bigger rotating storms. So we'll keep an eye on it Sunday night into Monday day. So we'll be updating that forecast for you along the way. Until then, high pressure stays our friend, bringing us a sun cloud mix, warmer daytime highs than normal, and we stay dry for the most part. Now, I can't completely rule out an isolated sprinkle, but the chances of that are pretty low, and it would be mostly in inland areas and to our south. There's that storminess today in Texas, traveling to Houston or Dallas. Could be airport delays because of that. That system kind of ejects off to the north and to the east. Watch it go. There it goes, right up to the north towards Chicago area. And the cold front itself kind of eventually gets pushed through our area in a modified form by the time we get to Sunday. So we'll watch for that. Otherwise, fair conditions across the state. Light winds today as that high becomes more centered over us and winds become lighter. We'll probably have smooth conditions on bay and inland waters. A beautiful day for boating. Daytime highs stay warm for the next several days, near the 80-degree mark. And then we'll watch the forecast for the end of the weekend. Now, most of the weekend's going to be great. It's just the second half of Sunday when we could see some thunderstorm activity around through Monday morning. Back to you.
All right, thanks, John. Looking forward to those higher temperatures. Well, taking a look at Suncoast roadways this morning, traffic is picking up in Manatee County. Congestion is picking up on 301 southbound in Bradenton. Moving on to Sarasota County, traffic is moving a bit faster through the area, but mostly free and clear of any heavy traffic. South County looking good and clear as you head out the door this morning. In health news this morning, experts are now changing recommendations for peanut products being given to infants, which they say may affect a child's likelihood to develop a peanut allergy. A recent recommendation from the National Institute of Health calls for introducing peanut products to infants between the ages of 4 and 11 months. Now, this new recommendation runs contrary to older ones, which called for withholding any peanut products until the age of 2 years. That change stems from research that looked at more than 600 children, finding that those who consumed peanut products from infancy to age 5 had an 81% reduction in the development of peanut allergies compared to those who did not eat peanut products at the same age. While the new recommendation may worry some parents, doctors say it's safe to proceed with caution.
It's much more important to talk to your physician and have the tests done or introduce the peanut in an office than it is to just simply avoid it because you're too worried to do it at home.
It's important to note that there are more specific recommendations for children who are at a higher risk of developing a peanut allergy, such as those who have severe eczema or an egg allergy. Well, still ahead, an instrument over 100 years old is up for display, but its history reveals much more than meets the eye. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
I entered into real estate to help people. I would like to invoke a trust in people that I will do everything in my power to help them navigate the process of either buying or selling a home. Well, I know how stressful buying a home can be. I've bought and sold properties in the past before I was an agent. I want you to be able to trust me to stay in contact with you, be available to you whenever you have questions. My name is Kimberly, and I want to be your real estate agent.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
I owed the IRS $20,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
We saved our home and overcame the most powerful collection agency in the world.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions Now.
Call 1-800-565-7740. That's 1-800-565-7740.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Start the year off with a great deal during the Start Something New event going on now at Sunset Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Come shop the area's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers. Take home a new Jeep Cherokee for as little as $18,999. Or stop by today and drive away in a brand new Jeep Renegade for just $14,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep Ram in Sarasota today.
It may be January, but we live in Florida. So head outdoors for seafood and music at the 2nd Annual Sarasota Seafood and Music Festival, happening Saturday and Sunday, January 21st and 22nd from 10 to 6 p.m. Savor mouth-watering Florida Gulf Coast seafood dishes by top restaurants and chefs, while you enjoy great live music from some of Florida's top musical groups. So grab your family and friends at the Sarasota Seafood and Music Festival, January 21st and 22nd. For more information, visit seafoodfestivals.com.
Here's a look at what we're working on for 6 o'clock. A manhunt is over in Orlando. A suspected cop killer, Marquise Lloyd, is captured. The latest details on his arrest just hours after he was placed on the U.S. Marshal's list of most wanted fugitives. And a Northport woman is now facing charges in the death of her 4-month-old grandson. This after the child was found face down in her home's bathtub alongside methamphetamine. Plus, negotiations between the Atlanta Braves and Sarasota County representatives continue as a deal is in the works to bring the team to Northport for spring training. Now check this out. A musical instrument made from the wreckage of an American disaster is now on display for all to see. This week, Trudy Royce Lang donated her 127-year-old harp to the St. Cecilia Music Center in Michigan. She says it was made from the dried wood left behind from the Great Chicago Fire of 1871. And rather than keep it to herself, she hopes the donation will encourage a love of music in others.
I hope it inspires other harpists. I want other little kids to come through here and see this harp and say, that's the instrument I want to play.
Now, Trudy's grandparents passed the harp down to her. It is the 13th harp ever made by the Lion and Healy Harp Factory in Chicago. And fun fact for you, John, the one instrument I do know how to play is the harp.
Get out. Do you really?
I do.
I always thought it was one of the most beautiful instruments around and
beautiful.
probably one of the hardest to play, I'm guessing.
It is very difficult. I learned it for a specific reason. Yeah.
More on that.
Fun fact. All right, stay with us. We'll be right back.